Hey guys, and welcome to race 1 of my career mode at Australia. Now this is a track I'm not really that competitive at. So we are pitting on lap 6 for our primes with cautious fuel strategy. This is my setup. The braking setup was messed up because of some glitch, as it's giving me the standard brake setup, which I don't use. I use 50 to 48 high standard brakes, but right now it's giving me 50-50 medium standard brakes. Anyways, I can't change that as park for me conditions apply, so I just left it and now we're going to the grid. Sorry for my head bulging out of the camera, because I didn't notice that until I actually watched the video later. So I'm in 10th, Paul de Resta is in 12th. I'm the number 2 driver of the uh, of this team, and we get a decent start. Perez gets a really bad start. We put our brake bias into front and fuel mixture to rich. We go out of the first corner pretty cleanly. Sorry. So we are in P10 where we had started. Now we are looking to make some positions up this corner. Going up the inside of Hamilton, I think, yeah. And now Raikkonen, we lose the back end by hitting Raikkonen's rear wing. So Hamilton was taken by Massa, and now Massa's trying to take us. But I'm not going to let that happen. Sorry for the pedals being so loud. I can't do anything about it as it's very loud. I can't change that. So we have plus 1 lap of fuel, and oh yeah, we changed down to standard mix, and right now Raikkonen's pulling, and right now he's 1.3 seconds ahead of us, I think, and Hamilton's no, not under, a second behind us. I don't know what happened there. The chicane, maybe some contact. So yeah, this channel is about the F1 2013 career mode, and if you want scenario mode as well. And I will try to upload videos weekly if possible, and otherwise we'll see how often I'll upload videos. So now we have I think 13 and a half laps to go. I'm sorry, I can't find any topic to talk on, as yeah, there's nothing to do because it's not really interesting. So you just, if you want, skip ahead. You can do that, because they're just pulling, and right now I am defending from Hamilton. And on this game there's also tire scaling, which is pretty bad for me because I will be very slow at the end of my stints, as my tires will be short because I'm not that good with my tires, as you just saw there. So Hamilton might get a big tow from me through slipstream. So we move back to standard mix from rich mix before when we put it before going on to the pit straight. Yeah, as you can see, Raikkonen's pulling quite a bit. Well, because I'm not that fast as Australia. It's actually one of my worst tracks. I don't know why. I just don't suit to it. So, now, yeah, Hamilton is right behind. My tires are pretty worn for the amount of laps it's done, only 3 laps. So yeah, and Hamilton's right on my gearbox. So gotta be careful of him through the pit straight as DRS is enabled now. I think we'll go into rich mix. Yep, into rich mix. Using up all of our cars to the line. Hamilton thought of making a move, but I squeezed him out. So looks like Hamilton, I think, has a slight front wing damage as we make a mistake. So I decided to use a flashback. The front left is overheating a bit. That's the one that's most loaded on this track. I think it gets the most load out of that first corner because that's the loaded wheel. Not a great chicane. So you can see that front right tire, the front left tire is really worn, very warm, hotter than it should be, and it's visually very worn. Now gotta be careful of Hulkenberg, who's taken Hamilton in the Sauber. Hulkenberg in the Sauber has taken out Lewis Hamilton in the Mercedes. Now we go to optimal when the race engineer says that we are. When he says to go to mix 2, it means that we are on optimal. So I move to optimal. Although I might lose a position to Hamilton. I'm 7 tenths down off my previous lap, and I go horribly wide on that chicane. So, yeah, I had a bad run on that straight. Now Hamilton again took Hulkenberg, and now he's on the back of me as we make it on the gravel trap and lose the back end until we come on the brakes. Luckily, the brake point was there, as Hamilton takes us and gets DRS as well, so he will pull away because he was behind me at the detection point as we come in the middle of Hamilton and Alonso. So I got frustrated. My driver got frustrated and threw his hand up in the air. This lap we are going to pit. So our engineer is saying that Hamilton is in lean mix, so he will be slightly slower. We are currently in 4th position. There though that doesn't really mean that we are actually in 4th position as we have not pitted yet. And Alonso is catching up to us with fresh prime tires, which is the mediums, although technically we should be faster. We are on worn option tires, so definitely the primes are faster at this stage. As I cut the chicane, my mistake, and we select prime so that the engineers don't make a mistake and put on some option tires which will ruin my race. Now we lost the back end coming into the pits. Now Hamilton is straight ahead of us. Let's see if we can catch up a bit. Yes, we do. It's a 3.1 tenths pit stop. There was a 3.147 pit stop. Now I made it correct. Which is pretty good for Force India. So I'm happy with that. He closed up to Hamilton a bit, but that's not going to make any difference as he's in a much faster Mercedes. So now I'm in P8, which is my objective in the game. So I'm going to defend from Maldonado very hard. Maldonado is just on the back of me under a second, just 8 tenths behind me as I cut the chicane again. I'm not that good at that chicane, actually. I'm pretty horrible. That's not my favorite corner at all. So, and we make it into the gravel trap. Thankfully we didn't lose the back end too much and spins, so that's good for us. Maldonado's using DRS to catch up, but no use as that Williams again is very slow in a straight line. It's absolutely slow. It cannot match the Force India even with DRS. It just cannot because it's just too slow in a straight line. It's not actually a very good car. It's the second slowest midfield team, which is just faster than Toro Rosso, I think. So yeah, they're pretty slow. I don't know how they did last year. Last year I didn't see the season, so unfortunately I don't know as I used to not watch it because my father used to not watch it. That time I used to watch because my father used to watch. So, but nowadays I watch just because just because my father used to watch. But now I watch because I like watching. Although this year's has been one of the most boring seasons ever. So Hamilton is 4.8 seconds ahead of me, and Maldonado is 1 second behind me. So that's not good for me catching up to Hamilton, but I think I can hold off Maldonado because that Williams is very, very slow. It's just too slow. It might be faster than the Toro Rosso, but it is still so slow. Although, yeah, in Australia, you never know. I'm not that fast at Australia, so I think it'll still be pretty hard. These professional AI are much quicker than those intermediate. I used to just dominate. There was no place where I wouldn't lose after I got better with the game. I started just dominating race after race after race after race. I used to just keep winning. So we're 7/10 of the pace. Maldonado will get DRS over here, but I don't think he'll be able to catch up. So 6 laps to go. Yeah, 6 laps to go. I'm just at my objective for this race, which is not bad. I mean, I think it's a reasonable thing for me if I'm going to start on 10th, so it's pretty good. So my best is a 131.9, so that's not really good. Yes, others can do something like 130s. I'm just struggling. I'm just able to do 139, so yep, I am pretty slow. And look how fast Hamilton's just pulling away. He's now 7.3 seconds ahead of me. Wow, that is a long. And Maldonado is slowly catching me. I don't know how that slow Williams is catching me. I think it's just because of me, because I'm just not that good at it. So yeah, I'm not that good at this track, as I told you before. In one sector he gains, I think, 8/10. He's now 8.5 seconds ahead. So yeah, I'm really off the pace. I'm just holding up Maldonado. I think he's slowly catching me, but he just is too slow on the straight. So looks like Maldonado is lean. So that's another reason why he might be going slow now. He's 1.1 seconds behind, so I am gaining a bit. Right now my tires not bad. I mean, they could be better, but they could also be worse. So I am pretty happy with my tire wear over here. Although this is a very big thing for me, as I'm new to tire saving, as in F1 2012 there's no tire scaling. So on 25% distance races you just needed to drive around and just keep going until your scheduled pit stop, and you don't have any troubles because there's no tire scaling, so it'll be not at all worn. It'll be like brand new set. So yeah, they are pretty. That's pretty boring, but this is a lot more exciting. And Malaysia, I think, will be out next week, hopefully. So you should check that out. It's a very good race. So check that out. We have now 4 laps to go. Lap 12 or 15 we are doing right now. And the ones behind are catching up now, as I'm just going very slow because I have pretty worn tires. Not too much, but still they're pretty worn. I'm much slower than the Mercedes of Hamilton's, as he's now he's something like 12 seconds ahead. So I'm not that good at it. So I'm okay with it. So I don't know about you guys. As we mess up the chicane. I do use the TV pod just because it just makes things easier, and I'm just too slow with the cockpit cam. When I go to a high team like say Ferrari or something, I might try using cockpit cam for the races, practice and qualifying. But for this series, I won't be showing qualifying or neither practice, just because it'll be really boring. So you just need to know where I qualified and then the race. So that's all. I think right now we are at optimal, so we are okay right now. So I can't use too much rich anymore. So yeah. I'm able to hold up Maldonado good enough. I think I 8th place is mine. He could still get me though, but I think I can hold him off for another 2 laps. As our engineer says that our tire temps are really good, which is normal. There are very few cases where your tires are not that good, so there's nothing surprising about that. I think someone retired, so I don't know who is it, so we shall see. Yep, now another car is lined up behind us. I don't know who that person is. Probably a Saab, I think. It's not my teammate, I know that. My teammate has, I think, a no points position right now. I wonder will he be able to make up some ground and come to 10th, possibly, which will be good for the constructors, but I don't think so, because he isn't in the top 10 right now, as you can see. 9th is Maldonado and 10th is someone else who's not my teammate, otherwise I would have been seeing a yellow dot there. Now look at how much Hamilton has pulled away. 21 seconds in under 5 laps. That's pretty darn big. No, not under 5 laps, but as we lose it in the gravel trap, but just we are able to catch that. Yep, final lap of the race. We have the fuel light on. So yeah, I think 8th place is now sealed, although there are 2 cars that are really close behind me. I don't think they'll be able to catch me as we go really wide, but we are ahead enough of Maldonado to just keep that place, so we're still okay. In this game, the tire wear is pretty good. I mean, the visual effect of tire wear. I mean, as you can see right now, on both wheels there's sort of a line in the middle that shows a lot of wear. So I think Codemasters have done a pretty good job of that. As Fernando Alonso takes out the win, pretty good job from him. I don't know how much he's ahead, so we'll see that later on. Now we are in the last and final sector of this race, so I think we've got this one. Although he's really behind, just behind me. I mean, if I make a mistake here, yeah, it's easily Maldonado's. But I think, yeah, it's good enough. As Maldonado loses out on the last corner as we come to the line in P8, which is very good for me, especially in Australia, which is not a place I'm really good at. So I'm happy with that. 4 points for me. I'm pretty happy with that. So Vettel was behind, was 1.4 seconds behind me. It was Hulkenberg who retired, who was on options. I don't know why he retired. Let's see the lap times. He only made it to lap 4. So lap 5 he retired. I don't know what happened there. Maybe an engine blower. I've never experienced safety car before on any of the games, even on F1 2012. So yep, I'm now in 8th place in the drivers championship, and yeah, behind Hamilton and ahead of Maldonado, as we are in 5th for the constructors, which is very good. I'm really happy with that. Paul Di Resta scores no points in 16th, very bad